Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Weather could be nicer for summer. We've had about a month of rain, on and off showers.
That's no good.
What have you got in your weather?
It's been pretty rainy here too. Actually, it's just recently starting to heat up, but we've had our share of rain here over the last month or two. I'd say.
Yeah.
Now.
It seems like that here. So we had 3 days of sunshine, so we've had our summer now. So
there you go.
Onward to the showers. Now, yeah, with a name like a fine wine, almost. We have Steve Merlo from the Sawyer Massacre movie that's coming out when?
Coming out in October. We're having our world premiere. What's that?
Perfect time for a horror film.
Perfect. Oh, of course. Halloween around the corner. Almost. I had to make sure we could do it, but we're actually having our world premiere in Austin, Texas, on August 26th. So very excited for that. Been busy making sure the film is ready for that, and cool. Lots of work, but lots of fun too. It's exciting.
Now, I put the link to your Indiegogo campaign in the chat and on the description. So
thank you so much.
Go there. So,
a couple days left to support. We're close to hitting our goal, 91% last I checked. So help us hit that goal.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Because is it streaming so we can see it in the UK or?
Yeah, it will be streaming on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, but we still have it available on Blu-ray and DVD and stuff too. But those won't come out till next year because it always. Apparently, I've learned this from other people who've done this that physical copies of Blu-rays and DVDs take forever in the to get them all printed off and stuff. So I'm trying to temper people's expectations on that.
Yeah, they're expecting it on the day it comes out, are they?
Yeah, no kidding. Right?
My Blu-ray.
Release now in October. You should have it out now. Well, no, it doesn't work that way. There's still people waiting on. Like Never Hike in the Snow or something like that. People still waiting on their Blu-rays for that, and that came out a year and a half ago now.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So, right. So, what perks have you got left?
Lots of Blu-rays and and tickets to the premiere. We still have a fair amount of tickets to the premiere. So if you live in Texas, hey, it's
is it at the Alamo?
No, it's at Austin Film School. Is where it's going to be.
The Alamo's the only cinema I know in Texas. So that's
yeah, we were looking into the Alamo actually. That was one of the venues we were looking into, but no, Austin Film School was nice enough to actually sponsor the event. So
well, there you go.
Yeah, a free venue is like wow.
That's bonus. Just need to provide the red carpet.
It allowed me to not have such a high Indiegogo goal.
Yeah,
I wish it could have been still a little bit lower, but there's the travel expenses they add up. So, because I'm from Western Canada,
it'll take a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Canada to Texas is
it's a bit of a this much on a map, isn't it? It was a big part of our budget when we actually filmed in Texas. Is getting not just myself, but a couple of actors that came with me from Western Canada to Texas. So. We definitely had to raise a certain amount to make sure we could film it in Texas. Otherwise, I would have shot it in Western Canada, and it just wouldn't have been as authentic.
No, that's the thing, isn't it? When the last couple of real ones are filmed in Eastern Europe.
That's right, Bulgaria, I believe. Yeah,
it's been a popular place for the last 20 years for horror films, hasn't it?
I guess it's cheap to film there. That's what I've heard. It's
the
labor is cheap.
Yeah,
no permits and stuff like that. Yeah,
because wasn't it the Fright Night remake sequel was filmed there? I think.
Makes sense.
Many others.
Yeah, it's a way to save money.
Many a Bruce Campbell film.
Yeah,
used to be believed. Oh, hang on, we got. The View with Drew is here. Hey,
hello,
what's up?
Hello.
Not sure if you guys will agree with me, but I love Raiders of the Lost Ark. Last Crusade is my personal favorite. Oh, Wildlife. Sorry, I can't read. Yeah, there's a lot of people find a lot.
I'm one of those people. I love Raiders too, but I don't know. I can watch Last Crusade a lot more for some. I find I find myself rewatching Last Crusade a lot more. So I definitely say it's my personal favorite. But everybody, I mean, obviously Raiders is the most popular amongst fans, but for me, it's Last Crusade. It's got a soft spot in my heart.
Now, this came out for the year of your birth, did it?
Yeah, I did. No, because I'm turning 33 in a couple of days. It is my birthday in a couple of days, but
so wish you
I may or may not be turning 33
again
for the 9th time.
So yeah, it's only coincidence that this was actually we picked this date because like I found out that today it was June 30th, 1989. It came out in the UK, whilst
and that's my birthday, June 30th.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
We booked too early, but it was May 24th in America. So wasn't too bad for us back then because normally it was about 3 to 6 months before we saw a film. Where are you? You're in Canada, same day as USA. Oh, that's unfair.
Hey, it's all good. I didn't see it when it came out. I didn't see it. I never saw it in theaters.
Okay.
I didn't see it probably till the early 90s.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, because I saw it in the cinema because I'm old enough to.
I don't know. We were probably old enough, but I don't know. We just we didn't go see a lot of movies back then. I remember at that time I saw Dick Tracy in the theater.
Okay.
I think that was about the only one I can really remember actually seeing in the theater in 1989.
Right,
so
okay. I think
there may have been others, but we didn't see it. We didn't go to the cinema too often when we were kids. Not too often.
I went a lot because I had nothing better to do. So
you just watch movies at home all the time. we were big renters, that's for sure.
Yeah, because what was it? 89 would have been what? Lethal Weapon 2, Batman, Ghostbusters 2,
Ghostbusters 2, yeah.
License to Kill.
We got them all on video. We had all of those movies on video, but never saw them in the theater. I was big on 89 Batman and Ghostbusters. A lot of people don't like Ghostbusters too. I have a soft spot in my heart for that movie too.
It's not a terrible film. It's still good fun, isn't it?
You can still enjoy the whole thing.
Yeah,
I think it's a good movie.
Yeah. The dynamic with Indy and his father was amazing, and back and forth between Harrison Ford and Connery. They made the film. Because
definitely.
Yeah, there was like Sean Pertwee or some other actors are up for the father role, but they wanted Sean Connery because the original Raiders of the Ark was Spielberg's Bond film, because he couldn't do a Bond film, and then of course he wanted to get Bond for his dad.
There's not a huge age difference though between.
I was just about to bring that as a question for you. Do you know how different?
It's like 10 years or something like that, isn't it? 10 or 11 years.
12 years.
12 years. Okay, I wasn't far off. But
they had to make Harrison Ford a bit more clean shaven and a bit more white beard for Sean Connery, just so no one said anything.
Makes sense.
But yeah, so Alison Doody is she was like 21 or something, or 22, and
she was
Harrison Ford in the late 30s or something, or maybe 40s. So
yeah, I think he probably would have been 40s by then.
So let's kick this off. If my TV works. Oh, there we go. All right, so I think there's a bit of logos coming in. There we go. So that's another thing with VHS is it has different marketing companies and producers and everything. So the logos are always different before the film starts.
Yeah.
So we don't know where we are. We've got Sophie here. Hey, Sophie. Hey, Gareth. Hey, Steve. Right. Paramount logo. There we go. Now, Sophie, have you seen this? Or have you seen any of the 3 official Indiana Jones films, we'll call them?
We're not counting the fourth one.
And there's a fourth one.
I don't count it.
I know, it's such a shame. But here's hoping the fifth
Spielberg film.
Or the new fourth. Senior Spielberg film. There we go. Right. Yeah, because they went back to the Raiders font for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hang on. Oh, sorry. Tom Selleck was close to playing Indiana Jones. Yes, for Raiders.
I knew that. Yeah.
Screen tested, didn't he? But
yeah, he was offered the role, but he had to turn it down due to Magnum PI, I believe.
Yeah, that's the trouble with TV success.
Yeah, Magnum PI is a great show. So can't imagine somebody else playing Magnum PI, and I can't imagine anyone else playing Indiana Jones. So
exactly, yeah. And Sean Connery as Professor Henry Jones. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, so yeah, Sophie's seen them. I've seen them. Raiders of the Lost Ark is her favorite of the three. Yeah, I can understand. I got a question, folks. We had a massive argument the other night. Is Raiders of the Lost Ark an action film?
Ooh.
Oh, undecided.
An action film? Will you call it an action film?
Would you call
it definitely has a lot of elements.
Oh,
action adventure.
Yeah, I think that most people call it an adventure first.
Yeah, I would say adventure before action, but but I bet it would be labeled as an action adventure film.
Yeah, that's what Sophie says. All right, I'll let it slide. I call it an action. It's one of my top 10 action films, but everyone disagreed it was an action film. So while the titles are on, I'll just show off the things I have that when the film came out. My collectible magazine, which was £2.50 back in the day, so I just had a lot of pictures and making of, and have the whole credits list for some bloody fella probably. But I could order a poster. I wonder if that's still relevant, because I do have a souvenir poster. So first fold out because it's more information, and then it does fold out into the actual fold out poster. And that was getting damaged on my wall, so I had to take it down. Keep it nice.
That's awesome.
And in case we get lost with the storybook. Yeah, a lot more writing than I expected, though. And I got 2 VHS, the older and the new one. So yeah, this was supposed to make you think that Indy was working in this mine and the scouts were spying on him, but then it flips it. Yeah. Do you know Abner Ravenwood? Do you remember the mention of that character in Raiders? Because Marion's his daughter. So originally, and that was then going to be Indiana Jones's mentor in the past. So this character with a fedora was supposed to be Abner Ravenwood, but they didn't use it again for some reason.
Oh, really?
He has the dress and the hat and everything.
Yeah.
And then we got the young River Phoenix, which was he worked with Harrison Ford on the Mosquito Coast, and this is why Harrison Ford recommended him for this part of Young Indy, because he said he actually looked like Harrison Ford at that age.
I bet he did.
Okay, I believe it. Selleck had to settle for Brian G. Jutton film Hutton, The High Road to China, which is actually rather good. I saw that recently. It is pretty good. It's not much adventure, it's more flying adventure because it's World War One. But it's got Tom Selleck's charm in it. Calling a horse.
Love it.
Yeah, and it moves. I don't know. This is what Wikipedia. See, Wikipedia says it's an action adventure film. There you go. Must be true then.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got the elements of an action film for sure.
Yeah. Well, 2 hours and 6 minutes is the longest of the Indiana Jones films so far. Did you ever play any of the computer games for this one?
I never played any computer games for this. I was never a big gamer. Never a big gamer, except the real old school Sega system.
Okay. Yeah. This had two main games. There was an arcade adventure type game where like you're running on the train and whipping stuff. And all sorts of scenes that you run around and collect stuff. And then there was a point and click adventure game, which I tried and failed miserably at because someone speed ran it in like an hour and a half, and I thought, we'll do that. And then I got so lost and stuck. Gave up.
There's his snakes. That's why you hate snakes, I guess.
Yeah, they bring up everything in this. There's the fear of snakes, the scar, because Harrison Ford got that scar from when he was 22 from a car crash into a lamppost or something. Telegraph pole, I think it was, in his car. And you got the rhino. Someone has to dig out my Young Indiana Jones TV series out. Flipping great stuff. Back when TV shows.
I remember seeing that a little bit. I never watched it too much, but we watched it a little bit.
It was tricky in here because in the UK because it came out back in those days. If you missed it or didn't record it, that was it. You never saw it again.
Yeah, we never recorded it. I remember watching a couple episodes, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think I rewatched the whole series about 10 years ago. Some of it's various quality. It goes from like an action episode to a talky episode, but they're all pretty good. Usually interacts with someone famous.
Yeah.
At that time. Hey, Vass is here. Vass, how are you doing, sir?
Hello.
Vass was on last night. We did John Travolta and Christian Slater and Broken Arrow.
Oh, yeah? Been a while since I've seen that one.
A lot of people say that. Have you ever seen a film called From Paris with Love with John Travolta?
I haven't.
Okay. Have you seen Point Break?
Oh, a while ago. Like the original Point Break?
Yeah.
I never saw I heard the remake was awful, so
I
never bothered.
Shouldn't really be called a remake. It's nothing to do with the story of the first one.
Not like nothing, eh?
Yeah, it's not about bank robberies or anything. It's about completing 7 deadly tasks of like wing. Yeah, that.
Okay then.
Surfing.
So it's really just a remake in name only, then.
Yeah, they were like
I don't really consider that a remake. I don't know.
They didn't. Yeah, they weren't after money. They did a bit of surfing at the beginning, and then they had to do wingsuits and climbing deadly cliffs and all sorts of extreme sports to not even get bragging rights was about it. I think they were a political movement of something. But yeah, there we go. So we get our first. Well, it's not a glimpse; it's just a sound of Sean Connery. And there's the dog, Indiana. Okay. In Greek. Which supporting performance in an action movie do you like the most? Edward Furlong in T2, Sam Jackson in Die Hard 3, Sean Connery in Lance Crusade, or Lawrence Fishburne in The Matrix? I think I like Sam Jackson in Die Hard 3. Reacting definitely Bruce Willis does.
Yeah.
That is good. Now, here's a question for you.
What's the Sawyer Massacre? The Sawyer Massacre is an unofficial prequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Unofficial, meaning it's a fan film. Yeah.
So, yeah, because is it just you can't? What is the rules of a fan film? You can't make money off it.
Can't make money off of it. You have to call it a fan film,
right?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so it can be shot
it's
on
not
a
official.
home video, or it can
using
be done
the word
properly.
Unofficial is good.
Yeah, at no point can you say anything. It's an official sequel.
Yeah.
Okay. It will be out on YouTube in October, Sophie.
That is correct. Out on YouTube in October, our world premiere. It will be in Austin, Texas on August 26th. And you can get tickets on our Indiegogo campaign. You can check out the trailer on there as well. I believe Gareth dropped the link a while back. So
hang on, there's another. There it is again. If you want to.
Awesome. There you go.
Because is it every donation gets the name in the credits, or is it a certain level?
Every donation gets your name in the credits until
it's
yeah, it'll until I mean, whether we go in demand or not, if our campaign goes in demand, we still have to finalize the film. So by mid-July, we're going to take away that option.
Oh, well, yeah.
If we go in demand, that is. If we don't go in demand, then that's that. And but every credit at this point gets your name in the film. At this point.
Okay, so yeah, I guess there's a cutoff point because you have to make the credits. Can't just tape them on at the end. Oh, hang on, I missed comments. I remember watching Raiders for the first time on Thames TV and ITV. It must have been '84. Then in the '90s, the BBC got exclusive rights. Yeah, because back in the '80s, we had to wait. Well, '90s as well. 3 years after a film came out in the cinema, it would come out onto TV here. So what's this? '89. So Christmas '92, I think, was a very big year to watch Last Crusade on Christmas Day as the premiere. Even though I watch it as a rental and already owned it on VHS, probably by that point. What's that? View with the Drew. Samuel L. Jackson, Darth Vader was amazing at the 4 choices. I mentioned Lawrence Fishburne would be last, but he was great in The Matrix, and the other 3, in my opinion, were bad. Yeah, he's a bit restrained in the Matrix, more than Sean Connery in this.
Oh yeah.
Which action movie do you like more? Terminator, John McClane, or Neo? And how would you rank them? Ooh.
Action movie hero do you like more? Terminator, John McClane, or Neo?
Yeah.
I love John McClane in the first couple Die Hard movies. First 3. And then I don't know, he kind of got redundant after that.
Yeah.
Tough for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm John McClane, Terminator, Neo.
Yeah.
If I'm going to watch a film, it'd be probably a Die Hard before a Matrix one, especially the later ones. All right, Sophie, I will keep reminding everyone when you get money. I guess
we only got a couple days in our campaign left, so hopefully you can hit a few bucks before then. But if not, don't worry about it.
Payday might be Thursday, so hopefully by then.
Thursday is our final day, I think. Thursday.
Is that cuts off your Thursday at midnight? So
I believe our midnight. I believe so.
So that'd be our Friday at least.
There you go.
Plenty of time. Terminator all the way for Sophie.
There you go. I'd probably go Terminator as well.
Oh, yeah. Favorite trilogy until the Die Hards came out. Okay. Fighting words. John McClane for the win. He always does. Arnold was amazing as the Terminator. John McClane would be second best, and Neo in the last. The Matrix is a good movie. He's a good character, but Matrix 2 and 3, he's too strong. Yeah, he can fly. That was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so. All right, 15 minutes in, and the story's about to kick in.
Yeah.
Dr. Impossible. Couldn't wait to get down to Woolworths and buy Last Crusade on VHS back in 1990. Only for once the tapes were already sold out. You had a hell of a time getting a copy. Yeah, I heard that earlier, that they ran out of tapes.
I've heard that too.
Because, what is this? I got the... This is the CIC one. I think this is the one. I have about 3 copies of it now, so yeah.
Awesome.
They were very popular. Oh my god. They re-released
definitely a movie I've seen on VHS more than anything else. I probably saw it on DVD at some point and seen it on TV a lot. You know, it's one of those movies that when it comes on TV, no matter what point you're at in the film, you just can't help but keep watching it. It could be halfway through the film already, but it's like, oh my god, it's Sean Connery and Harrison Ford together in a movie. It's like, gotta watch it.
So we got. Forget the actor's name now. Hang on.
Oh, this guy. What's his name? He was in Game of Thrones. And,
fizzing noise. Now this guy was in Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
One of the colonels, and then he drives one of the AT-ATs, I think. Julian Glover, that was it, because he
there you go.
Signed up to be the bad guy German, who we see later, and he thought he had that part, but they offered him this part, so he was very pleased.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you. Sorry, I didn't mean to type DB in the question I actually meant to. Okay, that was a mistake. That's all right. Oh, hang on. My speakers aren't working. 1 second.
I know. Mine are working too well. I can hear the movie too. I have to keep turning down the movie so I can.
Right, try again.
There you go.
Oh, there I am. I thought, everyone's gone quiet. It's me. Back. All right. Yeah, I must have hit the electric. Yeah. Vass. Remember watching Batman last year the same year at the cinema? Was Batman the bigger hit? Yes, it was. It made a ton of money in that one because there was a lot more merchandise for a start and advertising on that one.
Oh yeah, that was a big hit.
Yeah, because there wasn't much they could. They didn't have action figures for this film. I thought, or any of them. I don't think they just had the stuff I have, the tie-ins, books. Who wants books when you can get action figures of Batman?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, what's the budget? $48 million-ish, and then it made 200 million in Canada and US, and nearly 500 million worldwide, which was something of a hit back then.
I'd call that a hit.
They made their money back at least.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know they don't account for all the marketing, distribution.
Yeah, so I don't know, because nowadays it's what they spend more on marketing than they actually do on the film these days now.
Oh yeah, these days, yeah. Lots of marketing these days.
Then again, Batman's to blame for that as well, so that's where it started. So we get some history of the Holy Grail, which apparently there's about 50 of them, people say, in different places at the moment. One thing I admire about Spielberg is his ability to create cinematographers like Douglas Solicum, a veteran DOP from the Ealing. Yeah, because I think this was his last film. This cinematographer, because I think he was going blind in one eye at least. So I just want
to. You need your eyes if you're a DP.
Yeah, so you have to retire.
Forced into retirement.
Yeah. But yeah, that opening in Utah looks amazing. And then he gets to shoot Venice and the desert at the end as well.
Yeah.
Germany and everywhere. What was that? Question for everyone. If team action heroes from the 80s and 90s teamed up with modern action movie characters, would it be cool? Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's not many. Well, apart, if you don't include superheroes, there's not many action movies anymore. I think John Wick was that's why John Wick was so successful, I think, because if you're not a superhero. I have donated, but it's not a lot. Hope it helps, Steve.
Hey, every little bit helps. Thank you so much.
Look up your name at the end.
There you go.
Yeah, that's nice. The team would include Terminator, John McClane, Indiana Jones, Rambo, Jason Bourne, Ethan Hunt, Daniel Craig's Bond, John Wick, and Brian Mills from Taken. Okay, that's a hell of a team up.
That's a pretty good team.
I was looking at the goofs in this film, and there's one. The light switch apparently is too modern. They didn't have that type of light switch. It just varies from there. This gun wasn't made by then. This car, this plane, this motorbike, everything is not of its time, apparently. So, not that you'd ever know. John Carpenter's old DOP did Jurassic Park for Spielberg.
Oh, really? Dean Cundy? Is it Dean Cundy?
Is it Dean Cundy? Yeah, Dean Cundy was the Halloween one, wasn't he?
He was definitely the Halloween one. I'm not sure if he's the...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he did The Thing.
Yeah, have to look at that now. Have to research.
It's just putting some lights up, isn't it?
Well, a little more than that.
Is it a little more
lighting is tough. Lighting is definitely out of my element. I'll say that.
You mean you brought in someone else to do it for you?
Oh, definitely. I could never be I could never be a cinematographer. No, couldn't do it.
Whatever. Don't be
especially in indie films, the cinematographer typically runs the camera too.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Like our cinematographer did all the camera work.
Oh, that's great.
Didn't have we had a second AC, but that's just running slate. We didn't have a focus puller. We didn't have a first AC. Yeah, no cam ops. He did everything. So a lot of times you see that in indie films. The DP will be the camera operator.
That's good. Well, yeah, when you see the listed credits like at the end of this film, and then whoever make the tea for the director of photography. Hang on, my tablet's gone off. Let's retry over here. Chrome crashed. Venice. So where did you go on your European vacation when you visited?
We started in Amsterdam. Then we went to Germany very quickly for a castle tour at Neuschwanstein Castle. So we were just there for a day. Okay. Then to Salzburg, Austria, and then to Italy, and then ended in France in Paris.
Very nice.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. I wish it was 3 weeks.
I bet that's a lot of traveling for.
Went to Venice, Italy, though. There we go.
That's nice.
Venice is like a maze. If I don't know how people got around in Venice without GPS back in the day. If we didn't have GPS on our phones, we would have been totally lost. Thank you, GPS.
Yeah, because I don't know. I was discussing going around London with someone the other day. Their phone ran out of battery, so they couldn't order an Uber. The railways are on strike, so they couldn't use a train, and they didn't know where to go. It's amazing nowadays. Yeah, it was Dean Cundy. I thought so. Yeah, he's one of the greats, isn't he? When you hear his name. Ben's here. Hi, Ben. If my useless brain can remember, the British actor in Green Shield, Michael Shard, was hired by Spielberg to play Hitler in the film, and yeah, he was in Empire Strikes Back. That is true. Yeah, I saw that. I remember seeing him in Empire as well. Yeah, we have had a TV show in the 80s, 90s, or 70s as well called Grain Shield, which is just about school and the kids in the school. And then there was this teacher that was hated, and then he got to play Hitler in this film. So he's escalated his talents. What kind of cameras were used on the Sawyer Massacre?
Oh, just one camera, and it was I could be a little bit mistaken. I'm not a camera guy, so I apologize. But I believe Charlie used it was a Black Magic, and I believe it was a G2 4.6K. So
right,
not bad camera. It was a pretty good camera. It's it's not like the Aries or anything like that, but it's a pretty nice camera. Pretty nice camera.
Okay. Has there been any other Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films?
Oh, there's been a few, yeah.
I thought, yeah.
Not a lot of very good ones, though. We're hoping to change that.
That's what we're hoping for.
And hey, there's more Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films coming. So I'm excited for that. I hope we started something that is going to get more Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films out there, because the ones that you get on YouTube right now are very they're no budget, and a lot of them are made by people who've never made a film before. It's like they took it with their flip phone or something. And
I was gonna say it's iPhone films, aren't they? So I'll just hold this.
Well, I mean, it's not that you can't make a good visuals with your iPhone, but it's like you don't just point it anyway and hope that it's going to look good. You got to kind of know your framing and understand some of the rules of filmmaking, like there's the axis rule, and that was broken in many of those fan films, and so they look really bad because of that. I don't know. There's more bad than there is good, that's for sure. The best one I've seen, and it was actually shot in Texas too, is one called Last Roundup Roll and Grill. So that one was actually pretty good for a fan film, for a no budget fan film. I mean, it was a shoestring budget, and it still looked pretty good. They used an authentic time period car too. So I learned that was pretty hard to do. So hats off to them for being able to pull that together with virtually no money.
Yeah, that's because.
But that's the only one I would recommend at this time. Hopefully that changes.
Until October? Watch that until. Because there's been a few Scream ones, a few Halloween, a few Jason ones, hasn't there?
Lots of Jason, lots of Halloween. That's for sure. I can't keep up with all the Jason and Halloween.
It doesn't be.
But hey, some of them are pretty darn good, though. I mean, I'm not a big Jason fan, to be honest with you, but honestly, Never Hike Alone might be the best horror fan film out there. So when that's coming from somebody who typically doesn't like Jason, that means they did a damn good job. But
they do look good, those ones. Yeah, gave us what we wanted from a Jason film.
Gave me kind of what I would have wanted from all the other Jason. They had the guts to keep Jason a little bit hidden in that movie.
Yeah,
kind of gave him a little bit of mystique, which I've never really had with Jason before in any of the Friday the 13th films. So I thought that was very effective. I thought it was cool to see somebody do that with a fan film. So, yeah.
Oh,
good on Vincent DeSanti for his, amazing visual style.
So the rail strikes were happening this week, and now looks like the Royal Mail are going into no post. That's good. Sophie's just watched your teaser trailer. Looks good.
Oh,
looking
thank
forward
you
to the
so
full
much.
film.
Well, thank you so much, Sophie, and thanks again for your contribution. Every little bit helps, so don't feel bad.
Oh yeah, because of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the word chainsaw was removed from all films when they came to the UK in the 80s.
Oh, really?
So like, I think the sequels were all right, but there was films like Texas Chainsaw, the Chainsaw Hookers one. Which one's that?
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Yeah, I think they had to rename it for this. And
oh, really?
Or it might have been banned outright because there's a lot more chainsaw action in that than there is in the original film.
Yeah.
And nudity.
And Gunnar Hansen was in that too.
Yeah, he was.
The original Leatherface.
And here we go, the rats. Apparently they had to breed 2,000 rats, especially for the film, because they couldn't use any rats they didn't know the history of in case they had diseases.
Still do that today?
I don't know.
Today's filming, would they actually do that?
No, they wouldn't just say, fuck it, copy and paste that one.
CGI the whole thing, right? CGI all the rats.
Well, there's mechanical ones when the fire happens, because they didn't want to actually burn any rats. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. It was same with Arachnophobia, which is around the same time. I think a year later it came out.
Yeah,
all the spiders they kept track, and they made sure that no spiders were actually harmed in that film.
Yeah, because I think they were New Zealand spiders. So yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
losing that, they'd make a new. They'd take over, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So snakes in the first film, bugs in the second one, and rats in this one. Which would you not like to be stuck in with?
I'm not a bug guy. I'm not a rat person. I love snakes, actually, but I've never had an issue with snakes. I mean, we don't get a lot of poisonous ones around here, though, either. But even still, the poisonous ones we do have, which are the rattlesnakes, they leave you alone. As long as you don't bother them, they don't bother you. And you have to go up in the mountains to find them, even.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've never had an issue with snakes, but I don't know, rats, yeah. Rats and bugs. Depends on what kind of bugs, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. There's some big ones and cockroaches and stuff in there.
Yeah. Not a fan.
All right, here we go. Oh, there's Ben. Saw Last Crusade in the cinema back in '89. First time I saw India on the big screen. I saw Temple was my first one in the cinema. Going back a bit. But yeah.
Never saw any of them on the big screen, unfortunately.
I don't remember much about them. I know I didn't see them in the cinema.
I remember when we were really young kids, though. We thought the Temple of the Doom was the coolest one.
Yeah,
when we were real young. I think even before Last Crusade came out, my older brother was big on Temple of Doom because it was looked at as kind of the scariest one of them, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
now I look at it and I think it's the cheesiest one of the.
That is right. Yeah.
But hey, it's if there's one of the three in the trilogy that doesn't quite hold up to me, it's that one. But I mean, there's a little bit of suspension of disbelief in all of these movies, though.
Yeah, too, just a tad now. It's good, but yeah, that one, the America, they banned in the UK. They banned the ripping out of the heart. I only saw that for the first time like 10 years ago, and I got the Blu-ray. I think because in the UK it shows him putting his hand on his heart, and then it just then it cuts, because in the US version you see his hand go in, and then he pulls out his heart and shows it. So didn't know that scene existed.
There you go. That must have been a surprise.
Any VHS pickups lately? No, none. It's been a while. I need to find some. Well, this is Last Crusade, which is the third film in the series, but actually was it? Yeah, it is the third film. It just goes Temple of Doom, then Raiders, then Last Crusade, doesn't it? Because the second one's a prequel. All right, where are we at? Just finding out about postal strikes. Okay. Oh, I didn't see that. There's someone spammed. Right, let's go. Right, there's a vote on the mail strike. Masters of Voice of Troll, yeah, got him. I think I got another one. It's all kicking off. Yeah. Hi, Nuss. Yeah, I got a troll. Must be popular.
I don't know if you get this. I always get the spam. It's naked.
Yeah, why am I getting those links I could actually use?
Oh, really? They spam like 5 things at a time. It's like,
I know. I guess they just see, they have the YouTube open. They just see who's live, don't they, and just go for it. Yeah,
I guess so. I get it pretty much every live stream I do now. So
yeah,
whatever.
Paul, hi. Paul's here. Hi, Paul. We'll love a new Indiana Jones video game. We have Tomb Raider and Uncharted. Why not new indie game? That is true, because those. But he had some Infernal Machine. I think it was a Tomb Raider type game. I think. Gabby, Sophie is not a bully or troll. Oh. Hello, Paul. Hey, Pete. Oh, he's enjoying a bacon sandwich while watching this. Oh, that'd be good.
I can go for that now too.
Every time I do one of these things, someone says they're eating something. I get hungry. I can't eat anything. Can't even eat popcorn because it's too noisy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How would you predictions for Indies 5 and how will it be taken by fans? I don't know. I think Harrison's still up for it, isn't he? Because as long as he can move, he can never run very well fast anyway. But
yeah,
I've got high hopes for it. They've learned their mistakes from the fourth one anyway, and they can do a good story this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what George was thinking with the story on that one, but anyways.
Yeah, because they've been filming a lot of it in England, up in parts of Scotland as well, in a city. They had to redress it to make it look like 50s America. So, no, not 50s. Later than that now, isn't it? Oh, no, yeah, they're doing a flashback scene, aren't they? They're de-aging Ford for some scenes, I believe, but we shall see. We haven't even had a trailer. We've just had a couple of photos, haven't we? And it might be John Williams' last score.
That's what I've heard, yeah. I'm not surprised. I mean, how old is John Williams now?
Yeah, he's 80s,
he's
90s.
In his 80s for sure. Is he 90s? Oh my goodness. Yeah. How can he still
do
it?
I was looking up his what he's been doing. He did start off in the 70s disaster films like Poseidon and Towering Inferno, and that's where he went big, and then Jaws, of course.
Yeah.
Most of Spielberg's films.
Star Wars and
oh yeah, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. Back then, you had themes to such films like Raiders and the Raiders March, the Star Wars, and the Imperial March, and everything. But you don't really get that anymore.
Yeah,
characters with their own theme.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy Kasim of the Cruciform Sword Society, whatever it is. He was originally going to play Salah in the first Raiders film.
Oh really?
Yeah, so they brought him back for this one.
Oh, cool.
Cockroaches. Ooh. Do you remember a 70s film called Bug? Cockroaches that emerge from the bowels of the earth. And when you come in contact with them, you burn up. Sounds awesome.
Oh, wow.
I have to look that one up.
I'll have to,
think I've seen it. All right. Let's crack through these while we're in Venice with a lovely blonde. It's James Mangold directing Indiana Jones 5. That's better because he did Logan, and Wolverine. He used to do serious films, didn't he? Before he did the Wolverine. Let's see. It's Pete's fault we got trolls.
Ah.
Nah.
They never learn, yes.
Nah, I know Pete gets them on his streams as well, so yeah, they're everywhere. Oh, yeah, he gets the sex bots.
Yeah, the sex bots. That's yeah.
Why do I get the sex bots? My channel not good enough for sex bots.
Oh man. It's just annoying, but you know. I greet them every time they
Yeah, you gotta say hi, just in case.
To make it HPXYZ better than Tinder, something.
Milfs and stuff, yeah. That's the scram I got. Oh, yeah, he's gonna 4:30 in the morning start. So you better take care, Ben. See you next time.
Yeah.
Right, let's go back to the top. Yeah, that's the sex box ones. Yeah, laugh at them now. Yeah, not much you can do because you block one.
May as well have fun with them. Yeah, I haven't had any real trolls for a while. I was getting them for a little bit, and I don't know if YouTube was just blocking the account because I think it was one person making like 6 accounts. Basically.
Yeah, that's what normally happens, isn't it? Yeah. So you block one, and they just come back with the next one. And usually spoilers, isn't it? They're usually around a big film coming out. Like when Doctor Strange came out, there was loads of spoilers coming out because they were saying stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, sorry. Oh, we are getting an Indiana Jones game from Bethesda. Okay. That'd be good. Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do it. I plan to have fun when I start getting trolls when I'm live. Yeah, if they're a real person, you can have fun with them. Eating chicken and jammy Dodgers. That's a very odd combination. Hope not together. Yeah, that's little jam biscuits or jelly biscuits. Yeah, bagel tarts. Oh, everyone's bloody eating now. Dr. Impossible's having bagel tarts. Chicken and jammy Dodgers mixed together sounds like something my dad would like. Something like a piece of chicken and a biscuit. I don't know. Absolutely together. Oh, dear. Indeed, Pete's new taste. Okay. He's making out with the younger woman. Can't do that. And now he's on raspberry ripple ice cream with a bagel tart on the side. Bloody hell, one's eating. Right, so I got to the end of that lot. Venice. So, if you're making a horror film, you've got to say how many liters of blood you used for your film, haven't you now?
You probably have to talk to our SFX guy. No, he had this big bucket but a lot of it was reused somehow, or I don't know. He had quite a bit there.
Was it like corn syrup?
You know what? We're not. I am a firm believer that it's not how gory your film is; it's how disturbing it is, more so than gore, and how much gore you think you're probably showing than you actually are. So, I don't think our film's that gory. I don't think it is, but some people might see it and think otherwise. But I don't know. I've looked at. I've watched our picture lock now a few times, and I think no, it's not that gory. I think I was worried it was going to be for a little bit. It was really weird while we were filming. We're filming some stuff. I'm like, I don't think we have enough gore at this point. And then we get to shooting this stuff in the basement, and then my perspective totally changes. Like, I think we got too much gore now. Well, when I see it all together, it's well. Well, filming in that basement was tough, regardless. But it was the smell of the fake blood mixed with baby powder. Boy, that was a terrible, terrible experience. Filming in that basement and smelling that combination was not good.
No,
it was not fun. 3 days in that damn basement.
Was it hot?
It wasn't so bad in the basement, but I don't know. It wasn't very hot. It wasn't a very hot time of year. March isn't. In fact, when we were filming the other locations, it's actually quite cold. Some of the days that we were filming mostly outside, it was like really windy, and we actually had to cancel one of our shooting days simply because the weather was just so bad. It was like a monsoon or some damn thing. So Yeah, we had to shut one whole day down of production. We were lucky we got the whole thing filmed.
Okay.
But we did.
Okay. Well, it's like, people often say that they remember the first film being like all this gore and all this carnage and everything. But yeah, it's all suggested.
Well, there's a lot suggested in our film. But,
okay.
But there's good moments.
You gotta say that. You gotta good moments. You gotta have a couple
gory moments where you're like, oh, that's pretty good. But there's a lot of moments where the kills are suggested rather than shown.
Oh.
Yeah.
It works. All right. Do you think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is as bad as people say, or do you feel it's not as bad as people say, but has its problems? Yeah, definitely has its problems, which was CGI. The whole thing was on blue screen, wasn't
it? No comment from me. I don't.
It's because
it was a disappointment for me. That's for sure.
Yeah,
and that was the only one I actually saw in theaters. That was the only. I remember coming out of the theater, not really understanding what I saw.
Oh, here we go. 48 minutes in, and Connery's turned up. Junior. Oh,
Junior.
This is what they.
Don't call me that, please.
Should have sent it to the Marx Brothers. All right, here we go. Yeah, I think they obviously didn't learn after they made the first film for like on a low budget and loads of practical. They went too big.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best effects in any movie are well utilized ones. Gore, blood, nudity. If it makes sense, it matters.
Yeah, very true.
So, what nudity have we got in your film?
None. There, I'll say, could we have put any nudity? I mean, you could, but it wouldn't have made sense in the narrative.
No.
So, there's no nudity. I have no idea whether any of the actors would have been willing to. I was never even asked. It was just never. It was never something that I imagined for this film.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm not saying I won't do a film with nudity. One of the actresses I worked with a while back posed for Playboy, so I'm surprised we didn't do any. We had a shower scene in that movie. I was surprised we didn't shoot it with nudity, but we didn't.
Okay. So you're not gonna. Well, you're saying you would do a fan film of Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers 2 or something.
I'll never say never, but it's not in the plans, though. I don't have any other fan films in the works now. That's for sure.
Let's finish this one first, shall we?
Yeah, finish this one, and then I've got other films I got to make too.
Because I've been doing a series of Sidaris films. Do you know the Sidaris films?
No, I don't.
I've forgotten his name now. They were like 80s, 90s action films with Playboy girls in, and every other scene was a nude scene.
I think I've seen one. I think I've seen
Hawaii and Malibu Express, and
yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know. I'm trying to remember the one I saw.
There's at least 12. So, you see, like Crystal Skulls, but it's not the best film. Yeah, it has its moments. Yeah. Let's see, Gregor John, hello. Are you a real person? Because we've had some fake people here already. So,
I hope not.
If you're a real person. No, it was just a bad script. Justification to make a fourth. The film was to do with Lucas and Spielberg. Spielberg wanted to leave it as a trilogy. Yeah, when they actually go, when they actually ride off into the sunset of this one, yeah, that was it. They'd all done with it. Did you hear the words Playboy? You got my attention. Okay. What was the film with the Playboy girls?
Again, she's not naked in it, but it was just a short film. It's on my YouTube channel. It's called Unseen. I plan on making a feature-length version of it. We'll see if we cast her again, and if we cast her again, maybe we'll do the shower scene with some nudity. I don't know.
The public demands it.
She posed for Playboy about a year after we made that film.
Oh, so it's after. Okay.
Yeah. That was back in 2016. I do plan on making a feature-length version, but we'll see.
Okay. Check it out.
No nudity in that, though. There's a shower scene, but it's done with no nudity.
It's tastefully done.
Tastefully done, exactly.
That's all right, then. And that's it, yeah. Jeffrey Boehm, who scripted Last Crusade, did a terrific job bringing the characters to a natural conclusion. Yeah, and then he did Lethal Weapon 3. Yeah. And it was the writer Tom Stoppard that did the lines between Connery and Ford to give them some feelings, I guess.
Makes sense.
Yeah, originally they were going to go after the Fountain of Youth, but then they changed it to the Holy Grail, and then Spielberg thought about having the dad in it, and then having the dad actually the relationship be the prize rather than the thing at the end, the Grail itself. So it all worked out quite well. Boobs, there you go. A vote from the audience. Right, here we go. The most ridiculous sex scene in a horror film is the 2009 Friday the 13th. All right, we're going to discuss nipple placement. Let's go.
How did we get onto that topic? I don't know. We're watching Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And no nudity in this movie. Somehow we got into like nudity in films. I'm not sure how, but we did.
Every conversation ends up there at some point.
Makes sense, yeah.
Now we got the great Denimore Elliot lost in Sudan, and Salah returns. Yeah, because by the fourth, because that Denham was seriously ill during this film, so he put on a brave face to be in it. Marcus Brody, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, these two make a great pair. Papers. Yeah, so making that. What was it? What other films made this? Yeah, after this, it was like Hellboy and used Nazis as well. But yeah, after Schindler's List, Spielberg couldn't do it again, could he? Yeah, how many films has John Rhys Davies been in?
Good question.
He's been in everything, really.
Pull up his IMDb.
Yeah, because I might find actually, he's lost so much weight in his later years. Yeah, because of course he was Grimly in Lord of the Rings trilogy, wasn't he?
That's right.
Yeah, most of the interiors were shot in the Elstree Studios in London. Not wait. He wasn't waiting. He was wait. What is the link for? Good question. It's to give the gentleman some money over there. And then once he's hit his target, he can give me some money.
There you go. Was for our Indiegogo for the Sawyer Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film. We're crowdfunding it, and it's been crowdfunded. We've made the film. This is a post-production campaign, so It's essentially to help me break even.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is at this point. And so that we can have a really cool premiere in Austin, Texas, which we're having anyways. But
are you live streaming from it, or photos and stuff on Instagram and Facebook?
There'll be some. We won't be live streaming, but there'll be a lot of photos and stuff from it, though. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Try and put the link for that in. Where is it?
Tickets are available on our Indiegogo link. There you go.
There you go.
If you live in Texas, it's
the ticket to Texas is probably more than the film at the moment. So
if you're coming from Canada like I am, you might not want to get the ticket, but you know, I have to be there though, so I'm going.
You're going. Okay.
Be there.
You're going to be there.
Oh yeah.
What am I doing? I'm trying to find it. Let's see. There it is. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Fan film. Sorry, I should say.
Yes.
That's the important bit. The air quotes.
Yeah, it's a fan film.
Okay, I'll put Facebook link in there so people can find that. There we go. Right, that should appear on the chat now. Yeah. Right. Okay. There you go. I have family in Canada. Would love to visit one day. It's
well, there you go.
It's a big place.
Whereabouts in Canada? Canada's pretty big. I'm in the West Coast. So.
I'm sure Steve's got a spare room, but
yeah.
Well, the UK, it may be hard. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, in the UK. Yeah. Okay, if I win the lottery tonight, I'll fly over.
If you'll win the lottery, why not, eh?
If I win the lottery, I'll buy the rights to the film and make a proper one.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it was 150 million prize tonight, so
150 million. Holy smokes.
How many films can you make for that?
I can make a few. I would definitely raise my budget, though. I mean, geez, man, if I had triple the budget I had on the Sawyer Massacre, then, man, I'd be, I don't know. I'm picky, though. You know, I look at my film, and I'm like, geez, we didn't get this shot. Geez, we didn't get that shot. But, you know.
Yeah, you got a film.
I don't have a film. The story is there. Yeah. The story is complete. But it was, man, it was tough to do it. There were so many elements that made it tough to film this movie on the budget that we had. Some people will say, "Oh, you had $30,000 to make this film, so what's the problem?" Well, I mean, the fact that we shot it in Texas right off the bat was not an easy task. Me coming from Canada and you know, not seeing the locations in person beforehand. Yes. Just pictures sent to me by the owners, you know, that's all I got. And
then Photoshop.
And you get to there and it's like, how do you actually film this stuff here? You know? We found ways, though. We found ways.
That's it.
Changed our script quite a bit, though.
Oh, okay.
Definitely changed things. Changed the way things went in the script to make locations work.
Well, when I'm producer,
I hear you.
Fly over in my own personal jet, supervise everything.
Oh man, if I had money to fly down to Texas like 2 months before we began shooting, and just scout locations, you know, that's what I would have done.
Not what
didn't have that kind of money. Does. Yeah, I would have done it though, because I was really adamant about locations, you know.
Well,
but
yeah.
They're cool looking though. I'll say that the locations we got look good on film. They were just tough to film in.
Right. Oh, hang on. My VHS went. There you go. It's back again.
Oh, there you go.
Well, is it easier to have more restrictions or more freedom? Because you get the prequel sequels of Star Wars with as much money as you want, or you have the original trilogy when you're limited.
There's a fine line, that's for sure.
There is, isn't there? I should imagine there is.
I mean, at least with the prequels, though, George Lucas told a cohesive story.
Yeah, he told the one he wanted to tell.
New Star Wars sequels, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well, the first 3 films had different directors for each one, and the story by Lucas, but then they had different writers. But then he directed the prequels, didn't he? And then a massive team did the later sequels. I
personally feel like George Lucas should have made the prequels like right after Return of the Jedi, and he was planning to. Wow, Originally, he was planning to. He had very different stories in mind at that point. Unfortunately, I think it was family. He was going through a divorce, and he kind of went away from Star Wars for a bit, and that's kind of unfortunate because I heard the ideas he had for the original prequels, and I think they would have made way more sense, but they would have made more sense with the original trilogy anyways, but we got what we got.
Well, yeah, how many versions or tinkered with versions did he get to do for his special editions?
Yeah.
I got about 10 different versions of the trilogy upstairs on VHS.
Oh,
yeah. So he made his money back. All right. Ontario in Toronto.
Sophie, yeah, I'm in West Coast. So I've never even been to Toronto. That's how we pronounce it here, is Toronto.
Okay.
We don't say Toronto. We say Toronto.
That's Toronto. It's Toronto, eh?
That's how we Canadians say it.
So, are you snowed in 12 months of the year?
No. We actually have pretty decent. We typically have, this is like the California of Canada.
Oh, okay.
So we get snow in the wintertime, but it's usually pretty much gone by the time March hits. In fact, I was surprised that when I left for Texas on February 28th, left Canada, arrived in Texas March 1st, and it was colder in Texas than it was in Canada. So it was weird. I wasn't expecting that.
No, I
bet. Packed light.
Yeah, because they had that. Was it this last year? They had that massive snowstorm that took them out, wasn't it? Or frozen time period.
Yeah, luckily we didn't have any snow when I was in Texas, but man, I was surprised how cold it was. It was really windy, and I don't know. Maybe we should have waited a couple more months or something to shoot. We could wait a couple more months. Availability of actors and stuff we had to shoot it in March. We had no choice.
Okay.
Had to. And we did. We made it work, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
The weather did not cooperate. I remember that first day of shooting was the coldest. Oh. And it was all outdoors. Yeah. Yeah, never will forget that. Texas being too cold to film.
I just remembered the scene with the motorbikes just happened.
Yes.
That was after reshot after because there wasn't enough action in the film, so they filmed it in California. When you mentioned, yeah, it reminded me they shot the action motorbike chase as an extra bit. Okay.
Well, there you go.
Ultimate hero before Indiana Jones was Alan Quatermain in King Solomon's Mines, the template of Indiana Jones. Yeah, and then Richard Chamberlain did 2 films with him. One was with Sharon Stone. Because he did both. He did King Solomon's Mines and another one. Can't remember which one. Yeah, wouldn't go to Texas. They wouldn't like him. I'd go to Texas. I'd be frightened. Mike's here. How are you, Mike? Hey, rocking the glasses.
Hello.
Hey, Mike. Lucas just took too long to do anything. Yeah, Lucas. even planned a bounty hunting trilogy of film setup. And he got egged down by Howard the Duck. Oh, yes, I remember
Yeah.
that.
It's too bad, but...
Oh, and apparently all these Nazi uniforms were real ones that they found or bought in Eastern Europe. So they had real Nazi uniforms. And when they were doing the Nazi salutes, as you see, Spielberg had the actors, they had the one hand up, but they had to have the other hand behind their back with their fingers crossed.
Interesting things I never knew.
No, I didn't until today. So, hey, Al's here. How are you, Al?
Hello,
Al Luca.
Aloha.
He's in the hot country. He's in Louisiana.
Not too far from where we filmed. We had one of our actresses lives in Louisiana, Alicia Jade.
Okay.
Yeah, she came all the way from Louisiana to Texas to film. And did a great job.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is where it gets serious with the burning of the books and.
Yeah.
Hasn't Harrison Ford played dresses? Yeah, he dresses in the first one he dresses as a German, but I'm sure was it in Force 10 to Navarone or something? I don't know if he dresses as a German officer in that one either. Right. Lucas saved Return from Mars from being totally closed down by Disney and funded the rest of the film. Okay, I did not know that. That's a weird film. Hey, Al's been to Texas. The Sawyers are heroes.
There you go. Well, you'll love our film then. If you love the Sawyers. Oh, and by the way, our official trailer is going to be full trailer, not our teaser trailer. Full trailer coming in probably mid-July. We're just waiting on the sound design for that, and we'll be dropping that. You'll get a little bit more of the Sawyers in that one too, rather than what you got in our teaser. It's mostly all Leatherface in
well, yeah, the teaser's probably Leatherface, doesn't it? So
mostly just Leatherface in the teaser, but you'll get at least a little bit of all the other Sawyers in our full trailer. Now
the Sawyers, you say? Now, it's not always the Sawyers in the films, is it?
Well, it depends on which continuity you're going off of.
Yeah, how many names have they got?
In the original, they weren't called anything, and I originally didn't want to call them by any names in this film, and I actually don't really call them by any real names in the movie for the most part. So the name Sawyer was brought in on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Okay,
and I think they used it still for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I think so. Been a while.
Yeah,
then the remakes came, and it was the Hewitt family, and I don't know. So yeah, I used the Sawyers because I guess it was just identifiable for a lot of fans.
Yeah, I guess if you can't call it Texas Chainsaw, it's the next.
I wish I could just call it Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and maybe in the subheading the year 1965, which is when our film takes place. I wish I could have just called it that, but I mean, if I put fan film with it, I could probably, but I was suggested to call it. I didn't come up with the name The Sawyer Massacre. It was a suggestion, and it made sense because a lot of fans identify with that name, so that's what we went with.
So we just missed Pat Roach turned up. He played the bad guy in the second and the first. He's the bad guy that gets taken out by the propeller, the big muscular guy in the first one, and he's the guy that gets in the rock crusher in the second. But they cut his fight out of this one. It would have just happened before the German guy boarded the plane. But so he does appear in all three, but he doesn't get to do much in this one, unfortunately. Right. 1 second. I will have to leave you just for a moment.
No worries.
But I will let you, if this works. It works. I was thinking about it. Here we go.
Oh, cool.
I'll move that for a second. Let you discuss this for a minute until I return.
Sure. Now I get to see what it looks like in Britain. In British pounds, is it? I think he's left, so I don't know. Yeah, that's our Indiegogo campaign. I believe he provided the link probably a couple times now. We've got a couple days left. Yeah, he just shared it. Awesome. Perfect. And a couple days left in the campaign. Looking for your support. We're 91% funded right now, as of right now, as far as I know, unless I check my email and it's changed. Hopefully it has. But 91's pretty good, but hoping to hit 100% in our campaign to finish post-production properly and have a good premiere. So we're excited for it. That's for sure. We're excited for it. Share our campaign if you can't donate. Let everybody see it. And still lots of really cool perks available in the campaign. Yeah. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any. And I'll have to see the chat for all that. Oh, I can see it now. There we go. Yeah, Sawyer is the way to go. I love that. All right. Thank you. But yeah, I did want to call it the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1965. That's what I originally wanted to call it, but I knew I could probably get in trouble for that. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know. But the Sawyer Massacre is a cool title. It's a good title. Short and simple. And effective. Not everybody likes it, though. I like it. For the most part. What made you choose this franchise? Good question. After watching the remake from 2003, the remake did certain things that I really, really loved, especially the opening of the film, but did other things that really disappointed me. So it was one of those things that got my brain working a little bit, and eventually it just got to the point where I had a script. It took a long time, but I eventually had a script, and then I had a decent script that enough people were behind that made sense to try and see if we can get it made. And we did. We did. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the original. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is my all-time favorite horror film. All time. And I don't know, it was just one of those things where the ideas kept coming. I mean, another factor is that I always wanted to like the sequels and never did. Like they're missing something. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Yeah. So 19 years in the making, basically, because the remake came out in 2003.
No. We got trouble. The biggest troll of them all in the chat.
Oh, we do?
Right.
How come I didn't see it?
No, it's not.
Or you're just joking.
My nemesis, Ricky from Older F Reviewers. So yes. Made it back.
Yes, you did.
The terrible blue screen flying bit. Well, the bit that Indiana Jones says, fly, yes, land, no, which is pretty right for Harrison Ford in reality. So.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the trailer shot. It's a new experience for me. Happens to me all the time. Aren't you working nights again, Ricky? Causing trouble on my channel.
Well, good.
Okay. This could be close. Yeah, apparently ILM had to. They built a miniature that was like 20-foot long tunnel for this bit with the plane, and then they had a blue screen for the car, but the pilot, the pilot and the car when they're going past looking at each other, that was all real and in the same set. But yeah.
Oh, really?
And then of course they did stop motion for the plane being blown up, and another 4 a.m. start. Oh, Ricky, what are you doing up at this time? I'd have to go to.
What time is it there right now?
It's 9:30 in the evening here, and he's got to get up and go to work in 6.5 hours.
Ooh. Well, if you're young enough, when I was young, I could do that no problem, but not now. No way.
He's in worse shape than me.
Especially with kids,
Oh yeah, and he's got kids. Yeah. So here we go. This famous scene: the seagulls sitting on the beach are fake.
Oh yeah, love it.
The superimposed birds, and then the actual white bits that fly up when he chases them are actually white pigeons, because seagulls cannot be trained, so they had to use pigeons.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's. But there's in the making of there was two things. They had 3 boxes of pigeons, and then they called the shot, and then they opened the box, and none of the pigeons flew out. So the next thing was to wrap them in a blanket and then lift the blanket when they needed them.
Oh, wow.
And then the actor here playing the king or prince or whatever he is of Sudan or wherever they are now he's a British stand-up comedian.
Oh, really?
At the time, yeah. And then he's playing a bit of a serious role in it. Right, yeah, I do think I'm younger than you physically. That's.
I think this dude's younger than me. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, he's a bit.
I don't know. I don't know how old you are. I have no idea.
Be kind.
I don't know how you do it then. That's all I'm saying. I sure can't do it anymore. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe because I did it too much when I was young. But yes, I am 33 years old.
Let's everyone wish him a happy birthday for Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. Even the model looks Dan tack in the scene with the bird. Yeah. Wouldn't mind that Rolls Royce though. Right. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Right, so there we go. Donovan. Yeah, because they brought out the reveal that he's the bad guy before even halfway through, which is unusual. They usually save it for the ending twist.
Yeah. Makes sense, but.
Yeah. Get that camel out of the way. Imshi. Yeah, this is where the focus goes a bit funny when they're doing this bit.
Yeah.
But yes, all happy days of drinking, eating, and falling over. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Alexi Sale, that's him. I forgot to mention that. And then there's the trailer line, and there's no silver medal for finishing second place. And yeah, they built this tank special for this, made it all proper. There's 2 tanks. There's this one, that's a fully moving one, and then there's a. Do you say aluminium or aluminum in your Canada?
We say aluminum.
Okay, so we say aluminium here, and then yeah, the treads are rubber, so that's why you can push Harrison's Ford face on as much as you like.
Oh, there you go. I'm just going to have to start pronouncing it that way now.
Yeah. The proper way, good. And then, how do you spell color, with or without a U?
Without a U. I think. I don't know. I see it so many ways now. I can't remember which way we actually spell it. And I have to check my spell check on my phone because my phone will be.
Well, Canadian, I say that, and mine comes up saying it's spelled wrong when I spell it with a U. So, but I haven't.
I can't remember now.
Exactly. Echoes here. Echo. As I always hilariously say. Compensation for my brother's car. Oh, brother-in-law. Sorry.
Well out of range, huh?
You think they'd bring some better weapons to try and take out Nazis with machine guns? Because they miss everyone on their first go. So how long is your film going to be? Is it
picture lock before credits?
Yeah,
is 1 hour 29 minutes and 26 seconds.
That's long for a fan film, isn't it?
I would think so. Most fan films are shorts, or longer shorts. A lot of them. But yeah, we went feature. We went feature length, and I'm happy we were able to do that.
Yeah, that's good.
I can only imagine how long it would have been if we actually filmed everything that was in the script. Because we took a lot out due to budget. So, and Lou was like, "Do we really need this in the film?" And asked ourselves that questions many times. And
I guess,
logistics. When you're on a budget, you can't do everything like you have in the script. I mean, there was one thing in the script that would have cost us probably $10,000 more if we tried to do it. And logistically, even if we had the money, being able to do it would have been so tough. We would have needed so much manpower.
Yeah.
So I won't say what that is, but because I'll tell everybody when they've seen the film what was supposed to happen at a certain point, and it was just not possible.
Okay.
If we had the money, though, if we had $100,000, we probably could have done it. But you use what you got, and we used it fairly well, I think.
Good. Because the Blu-ray, do you get extras like deleted scenes if there are any, or
there won't be any deleted scenes? There'll be outtakes and stuff like that, and maybe some bloopers. We didn't have a lot of real bloopers during filming, though. Nothing that stands out to me. I know that there's definitely some, but nothing not a lot. So, but there'll be outtakes and bloopers. We'll probably lump that all in together on the Blu-ray. Yeah.
Sean was 12 years older than Harrison in this movie, which is not much, but they have to fake it. Massacre is out in
October
on YouTube.
And Blu-ray, DVD probably next year sometime.
To be confirmed.
Yes.
Yes, I was going to say the stunt work by Vic Armstrong, because he doubled Harrison Ford in all 3 films. But instead in this one, he kept saying that Harrison was doing all the stunts, and he was just not doing anything. So he was asking him to let him have a go at doing it. But Vic Armstrong does do the jump from horse to tank that comes up later, which was a big stunt at the time.
Yeah.
I think this is my favorite bit. Oh, it's just missed it there. I said no camels. That's 4 camels.
That's 4 camels too many.
But yeah, because Vic Armstrong also doubled Christopher Reeve in the Superman films, and he's done a lot of Bond films and got his own stunt team and company and everything. It's
good to have a good stunt guy, that's for sure.
Yeah, I bet. Did you have
we had a stunt coordinator on our set. We didn't have a lot of stunts. We really simplified a lot of stuff, but boy, it's handy actually having a stunt coordinator on set to guide the actors through the falls and stuff they had to do, and worked out pretty good.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because even the slightest thing can cause an injury, can't it?
Oh, yeah.
Just like, just fall over that, trip over this, and broken ankle. If you don't fall right. Okay, what's that? Mike, what do you got? People forget how old Harrison Ford was back in the 80s, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was in his 40s, I think, in this movie.
Yeah, he was at least by the end of the 80s, wasn't he? Must have been this one. But still a physical guy. Now, the one thing, the grabbing the rock off the side of the horse, I think that was Vic. Harrison Ford was in his 50s when he did The Fugitive, which, it wasn't much longer after this.
Not much, 5 years later, so.
Yeah.
So he was probably mid to late 40s in this movie.
Yeah. I think
to late 40s, probably 46, 47-ish.
Yeah.
Not that young. I always kind of laugh when I think about Return of the Jedi because Harrison Ford was younger than the actor that played the Emperor, Ian McDiarmid.
Yes. Because
by a couple years. I think there's about a 2 or 3 year difference between the two.
His TV work, and you think
he was
playing the same character. Movie. He played him now, didn't he?
What's that?
In the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, he makes an appearance, doesn't he?
I believe he did, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, though. I just heard that he did, so.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, Ian McDiarmid's a great actor. He's done more than just the Emperor, but, he'll always be known as the Emperor. But I think the guy was in his 30s when he first played the Emperor, A lot of makeup.
Yeah, very clever idea to have him a young blood if he was going to bring him back. Oh, Echo, no, don't make his head swell anymore. Ricky is not the winner. Yeah, we had a competition the other day, and Ricky thinks he won. More chicken and damage charges. Oh, it's making me nauseous now. Armstrong did some great horse stunt work in Krull. Yeah, that's it. He did Krull because he's does a lot of horses stunts.
Northern Italy, that was.
Trains horses for stunts. Now, the only bit I don't get with this film is when he falls off, his satchel gets wrapped around the gun that's exploded, and he can't get off. And then the next one, he just climbs up out of the way. But
how did he do that? Eh?
Indiana Jones.
Well, again,
the same way Batman get back.
There's some suspension of disbelief, right? With these movies, you have to,
just let them have it.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying yourself, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Probability of that actually, it's not going to happen. But yeah.
I will be going frame by frame of your film and looking for inconsistencies.
Oh man, there's going to be some big inconsistencies. Our editor did a good job hiding some. Like there was a couple we knew while filming. Like we had a continuity, fairly large continuity. There's a couple bigger-ish continuity errors. But I think our editor did pretty good at hiding them. But people are going to see them. It's inevitable.
Like a Starbucks cup on the counter or something.
Nothing quite like that. Again, I don't want to spoil anything.
No, don't say anything. But yeah, there isn't a film around that doesn't have them.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know.
It's an indie film. It's an indie film, but I think audiences can be a little bit forgiving on that stuff. I mean, some people are going to be like ripping me a new asshole, for little things like that. How did you make this mistake? Well, you try it yourself, and you'll see how these mistakes get made, especially when you shoot out of sequence. Shooting in sequence is almost, depending on your script, of course, but it was kind of impossible to shoot this in sequence. It would have cost so much money to do that. So
I don't know how they do it. Although some are less forgiving. I watched a Hulk Hogan film the other day, and in one shot he's got a bird. He's holding it up on his left hand, and then from the close up, and then from the long shot, he's holding it up on his right hand. And you think,
oh yeah, that kind of stuff happens in big Hollywood movies. It'll happen. You can't pick those apart too much. Don't pick those apart too much, people. I remember somebody was going over Halloween 2, which is not my favorite Halloween movie by any means, but the stuff he was picking apart in the movie was like really stupid. Like you could see the car door open like way in the distance, out of focus, and then it's closed the next shot. Well, it's so out of focus. I don't know. To rip on stuff like that is, to me, a little bit childish.
It's not noticeable after the 100th time you've seen the film. I think it's all right. Ian McDermott was in a Disney Paramount film called Dragon Slayer, playing a priest with ginger hair when he had ginger hair.
When he had ginger hair, barely. He was always kind of gray, like even in his early 30s. I think that he was about early 30s at that point in Dragon Slayer. And he was still fairly gray. His hair was, he was gingery, but still, I don't know. He's always been kind of gray.
Yeah, because I remember him from Inspector Morse in the 80s, and he looked old even when he's young. Hogan's movie should be used to punish criminals. This one wasn't terrible. It was good news. Gregor John is a real person. There we go. Welcome, sir. No, now he has no hereditary hair. And Nos loves Hogan films. Suburban Commander and Mr. Nanny are my favorites.
What about No Holds Barred?
Where's that on this?
When that came out, it was like everybody loved that movie. Now I look at it, it's terrible, but but hey, Kurt Fuller was in that. I love Kurt Fuller in those roles. I don't know.
That was the other thing. Yeah, Harrison Ford's hat was always coming off in the horse stunts, and then there's a bit in the making of where they tried everything, and then he just gets a staple and staples it on. But
really?
I don't think there was any staples in it, but it looked convincing. But yeah, it ruined the shot. So he's doing come riding through and running into the stunt, and then hat comes off. Cut.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, he's only allowed it off his head one time. No Holds Barred is a classic, but I enjoyed his more comedy role. Yeah, it was a Santa with muscles. That one quite bad. Yeah, he survived. A rare moment of emotion from Henry Jones Sr.
Love it.
Trying to work it out. Right, let's go back to work. And somehow his hat comes in from nowhere.
Yeah. At the end of their journey. Love it.
And the end, yeah. Here we go. Back with the Nazis. No Holds Barred was the only good movie Hogan did. Also, Rip R.I.P. Yeah, Tony Lister.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim Lister. Zeus Debo.
Yeah, he died, what, a year ago or so?
Yeah, because I seen him last time.
We're hearing about that.
President of Earth in Fifth Element, and and then in Dark Knight as the prison on the boat. And what Thunder? I saw a couple of episodes of Thunder in Paradise, and that was enough.
Don't think I saw that.
That was his Hulk Hogan's 90s TV show.
Oh, how did I miss that one?
Well, that's something for you to watch after this.
Yeah.
So what's left to do on your film? You said it's locked. The picture's locked.
Picture locked. So sound design. I've done my first pass with the music, the score.
Okay.
Which I'm primarily composing myself, but I had a few other composers that wanted to contribute music, so I let them. And it's just about placing it, and I have to go over it again just to make sure it's exactly how I want it. Right. And the film is in the hands of our sound designer. He should have received it probably by now, or should be receiving it at some point this week, I would think. And once sound design is done, it's finished. It's ready to premiere August 26th in Austin.
That's not long.
A lot of fun. Not long.
It's less than 2 months.
Sound designer's on the under the gun now. You know? I'm a little bit under the gun because I also got to get all the credits finished and send that off to the editor. And we got our opening credits done, but we have I shouldn't say that because we still have opening credit perks on the campaign.
Yes.
They're more or less done, but there's probably going to be a few names that we add. So if you want to get your name in the opening credits, hey, get it while you can. It's not going to be up much longer.
Yeah, now this first trap is a bit of a cheat because it says only a penitent man will pass. So there's one that kneels before God. So you duck and the big blade misses you, but then it doesn't mention that there's another blade that comes up in front of you unless you jump out of the way. So if you're already praying, you're done for. Now, Sean Connery is about to be shot with a PPK. Apparently. Ian McDiarmid was in a great British TV series called City of Vice about the Fielding brothers and the man responsible for the Bow Street Runners.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. No Holds Bar was a great movie. Not is a great movie.
I have to rewatch it again. I remember back in the day watching it. We all thought it was awesome, but does it hold up?
I think I've only seen it once, and that was within the last few years. And I thought, oh dear.
I think we watched it about 10 times when we were kids, when I was like 10 years old when it came out. Something like that. And haven't seen it since, but I do recall some cheesy stuff in there for sure.
Yeah.
I have to rewatch it though. It's been a good 30 some odd years. What's that?
Was it an official WWF or whatever it was back then film, or was it?
Have been. Yeah, it was definitely WWF back then. I don't think WWE came till the late 90s, I think. After I had stopped watching. I mean, I only watched the wrestling back in the mid 80s to early 90s, and then I was pretty much done with all the wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who a lot of the later wrestlers are, like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I never watched wrestling during those times. Yeah.
Short of the PP. So Childish Echo. No Holds Barred is a New Line movie. Okay, thanks. Because the only thing I really remember Hulk Hogan from was Rocky 3, but I don't.
Oh yeah.
I was never into wrestling, so. That's probably why.
Just when I was a kid. Just
I grew out wrestling.
Once I was hit like 12, I'm pretty much done with wrestling. But I was a Hulk maniac back in those days.
Yeah, it's the only one I know. Oh, well, I knew it. If they made a film, I knew them, like Andre the Giant or Rowdy Rodder Piper, and if they made a film, I know who they were. WWE didn't start up till 2002. There you go. Thanks, Echo.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Nos is a Hulkamaniac. Are we? Yeah. Are we allowed to be nice to Hulk? Because he's been naughty recently, hasn't he? So penitent man. Do you have any cobwebs in your film? Because what do they use? Because
do we have any cobwebs? Probably not, because I mean, we filmed in this abandoned house that was absolutely disgusting when we arrived at it, and then our team cleaned the hell out of it. For safety. I mean, it's mostly filled with rat poop.
That's
rat poop safe. Everywhere, and so the prep team, which was essentially the production team too, just cleaned the hell out of that place. And I walked in and I couldn't recognize it anymore. Like, now it's too clean because
I was going to say it's too clean.
I mean, it was an abandoned house. It was an abandoned house we were filming. It was a safe abandoned house because it was
safe,
barely kept by the owners, and
right.
But they cleaned it too much, so it was like, now we got to put garbage everywhere or something, to make it. And we had a lot of cool antique props and stuff we put in there and stuff as well. But it became almost unrecognizable from before we cleaned it to after we cleaned it. We had to do a lot of prep. We had 6 days of prep, and it was a lot to do. Now looking back at it, we actually had to cut down almost an entire forest in front of the other abandoned house that we shot because the forest was just covering it too much. It was just too far because we needed to get all these wide shots of this house, and we couldn't see it through all the woods. So we had a team of people just cut down trees just so that we can actually get the wide shots of the house. A lot of work, but we did it. A lot of poison ivy. I had a lot of poison ivy. I mean, I was cutting everything down with the shears. I didn't have the chainsaw or anything like that for that. We had a couple guys with chainsaws cutting down trees, but a lot of the crew was just had these big shears that we're cutting down poison ivy with.
Okay.
Fun times.
But I don't know if you can tell me or not. Is there a low shot of someone in short shorts?
There isn't. I'll tell you that right now. There is not. I didn't want to copy that shot.
No,
I really didn't want to feel like we were going to copy that shot. I'm sure. I'm surprisingly, Charlie never said we need to get that shot at any point. But I'm sure there's part of him that wishes that we did get that shot. But there's a lot of cinematographers want that shot.
Yeah, I bet.
I spoke to other cinematographers that, when I was interviewing cinematographers for this film, and a few of them were like, I gotta get that shot. I need to make sure I get that shot. I'm like, why though? Why
exactly.
It's been done so many times now.
Yeah,
do you really need to get it again? It is a great shot. I'm not going to say it's not a great shot, but how many times does that shot need to be done? So, no, you won't see that shot.
Okay. There we go. Greg was a big wrestling fan back in the day as well. Yeah, most people can give it up, don't they? Echo's not nice to him. Never liked him, still don't. Okay. Because Chris Hemsworth is playing him in a biography film, isn't he, soon? If I remember, the same thing happened with The Town from My Bloody Valentine. Okay, yeah. I guess, they had to clean it up and then rough it up a bit. What's the name of your movie you're making?
The Sawyer Massacre.
The left of his
unofficial prequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Post of that. And then Is there going to be an unofficial prequel to Return of the Jedi there as well? I've got a poster. Okay. When they found the town out, when the town found out.
When the
town
found out.
They tarted up the town to make it look fancy when they found out they were going to be using it, and then they had to go and undo it for the film because it looked too nice. Bless.
Makes sense.
Here we go. The famous knight.
Yeah. Strangely dressed for a knight.
That's the best line in the film. Yeah, everyone quotes. Hey, Dutch. Good. He knows it's an action movie. Thank you, Dutch. If only Ricky was awake. Yeah, one of the arguments was like films like Predator and RoboCop, are they action movies? and Terminator 2 and I think Die Hard and Terminator 2
I would definitely call an action movie. Terminator 1 action horror.
Yes, people are calling it more of a horror film now, aren't they? Or a slasher type film. Yeah, thanks.
There's arguments to be made for all of those, but you know.
Yeah, you make it always.
One of the weirdest ones I heard was actually Back to the Future is a comedy. I agree. It has some. You can call it a comedy to some extent, but to call it strictly a comedy.
Yeah, it's got laughs, but yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah,
sci-fi adventure comedy.
Yeah, definitely an adventure.
Comedy's in there, but I wouldn't strictly call it a comedy. Definitely not.
Apparently, yeah. Ricky said that. Damn, what was it? Predator wasn't an action film; it was a sci-fi. But Terminator 2 was an action film, and not a sci-fi. But yeah, we don't listen to what he says. Yeah, so yeah, we get the second use of in a film of the what's it called? Not merging. Can't remember the technology used now. Where they was one in Michael Jackson's black and white video where he changes into different people.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That technique, whatever filming technique. My mind's drawing a blank.
I know what you mean. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Spielberg wanted his change in one shot because normally they go for the change in makeup, cut, change in makeup, cut.
Yeah.
But he wanted it all in one shot.
He chose poorly.
Yep, everyone loves that one. Oh, he's down. Yeah, she's happy. What's happening to me? Yeah.
He chose poorly.
Yeah, in the UK we had a PG rating, but what's your rating? PG-13 in Canada for such films?
For this, probably. This would have been a PG-13.
Yeah, because we didn't get a 12 until Batman came out. So then everything became a 12 certificate then, and then people got upset that they couldn't take kids to it, and then they made a 12A when the first Spider-Man film came out. So a child under 12 could go if it was with an adult.
Really? Okay.
But yeah. And then I think now Batman is a 15. The Batman, sorry. So now they're upset again that they couldn't take their kids to it. It's still a fun film, but I do prefer the first one. I think I do prefer the first one, but I do watch this one more because it is more fun.
I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like this one better. I don't know.
You're wrong. Get off my channel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're always wrong for having an opinion, right? I can see that so much now. Right. And same with you see the Return of the Jedi poster up there. I get a lot of shit for that. It's my favorite Star Wars film.
It was definitely my favorite.
Sorry, people, it's my favorite.
The first half hour loads with the Sarlacc pit and everything. Oh. Hello, Vexicus the Bounty Hunter. Are you a real person, Vexicus? Because we've had some trouble already, so state your name and where you're from. Now, what here? Perhaps you can tell me the rules of this Holy Grail. So, both Indy and his dad have drunk from the Holy Grail, and it's fixed him up good.
They live forever?
Yeah. So the Grail is not allowed to leave the cave, and then they will only be immortal if they stay in the cave.
If they stay in the cave. Ah, that's how it works.
Oh, hang on. He's an evil space ninja from the Abyss of Evil. Oh, all right, we'll take that.
Okay.
I didn't order him. I thought you did, Nos. You never have enough bounty hunters. Like Dog. Yeah, this is all a big set on gimbals, so they were able to. It's like. So it's all about 6 feet off the ground, and then they were able to open it up so they can control it on all the mechanical stuff. Because it certainly works quite well. Looks all real. Oh yeah. Empire Strikes Back is my favorite, but there's nothing wrong with Jedi. As a kid, I also liked the third one more because of the Ewoks. Yeah.
I love those Ewoks. I love them. People hate them. Hey, I love them.
Yeah.
I don't look at them as teddy bears at all. I look at them as
vicious teddy bears.
Vicious, yeah, very vicious. They will eat you.
Stormtroopers to death, crushing them with logs in the the walkers. Yeah. Well, Star Wars was always on the telly as a kid every Christmas, and then Empire was the only one you could rent on VHS. That's how I saw that one more. There you go. I thought it was a Power Rangers person in that picture. TV show called Power Rangers Ninja Storm. There. Also loved the Ewok TV show back then. Yeah, the animated one with, and then there was droids as well.
Yeah.
And was there 2 Ewoks movies?
I never saw the Ewoks movies. Saw the TV show, but in fact, I saw the TV show before I ever saw Return of the Jedi. So I was a fan of the Ewoks before I even saw Return of the Jedi.
Hang on, I never watched Ninja Storm. I don't think I watched much Power Rangers at all. Prefer the Christmas special to the sequel trilogy. Oh dear. Isn't it?
You hate it that much.
Yeah. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy.
Definitely got some issues, that's for sure.
And there was a Lego Star Wars Christmas special last year, wasn't there? I think, or the year before. But yeah, that's holiday special is quite bad.
Oh, yeah.
And there we go. The bad guys are dead. Connery's alive. Possibly immortal.
But I guess not, because Kingdom of Crystal Skull.
Yeah. This is when I think, the other bit they added to the end was the shot of riding into the sunset.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. What are some of your favorite movies?
Ooh.
Definitely this. Anyway, this is definitely the new Batman. The Batman's become one of my favorites.
I haven't seen the new one yet.
Oh,
I've heard mixed things though, so I don't know. You're obviously one of the people that really likes
it. I can watch it right now if I could.
I love Batman '89. I'm not a big fan of the other movies, but Batman '89 is definitely one of my favorites. My all-time favorite film, though, you probably wouldn't guess this from somebody like me who's making horror films, The Big Lebowski. That's my all-time favorite film.
The dude abides.
There you go. He's the dude abides. I love it. I don't know. You wouldn't expect it from me. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is definitely in my top 10, but
yeah, I do love Big Lebowski too. Yeah, always cracks me up when I watch him.
Oh yeah. I'm a lover of all kinds of films, and you know, I can definitely appreciate how a good comedy is very difficult to make, for sure.
Yeah,
and I think it's an underrated genre, actually, because I know from experience as a filmmaker of trying to make comedy films, and boy, it's just so tough to make a good comedy, and you have to have great comedic actors. If you don't have good comedic actors, you're screwed. You can be the greatest director in the world, but if you got actors that can't do comedy, it makes it that much tougher. And they can be great actors, but they're not great comedic actors.
Yeah.
Was
there any humor, dark or otherwise, in your film?
A little bit. Maybe a little more than I wanted, but my editor convinced me to leave some humor in there. Because I mean it's a dark movie.
Yeah, I gotta.
And so I don't know. I had a little bit of humor in the script,
right?
And I thought that was enough. And he was like, "No, you need a little bit more." You know, so you know, we during some of the takes, you know, we tried some other humor that, you know, it worked. But I was like, "Is that going too far?" I thought maybe we're going a little bit far with it.
Right.
And then he said to me, well, this has to do with this other element that's totally missing from your film. And he did have a point. So I don't know. Part of me is torn on the humor. I know that it's good to have some humor in it, but there's a fine line.
There is a fine line.
With a movie like this, you don't want it to be a cheesy film, because I really didn't want this to be a cheesy film. But you know, I can understand that some humor is going to help lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I hope I didn't go too far with it. I hope I didn't. Part of me feels like I did, but there's another part of me that says, okay, we kind of need a little bit.
Right, let's check this out. Yeah, the movie keeps pausing because it's a VHS with a tablet. So probably for copyright reasons, it's a good thing it does pause every so often. Just so I don't get in trouble. Didn't you know that you went outlawed the Star Wars Holiday Special?
There you go. They had the right idea then.
Humanity. I would say Pacific Rim and Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah, some big monster movies there. That's good fun watching them slam each other. The Big L is awesome. Yeah. If you get the jokes, some people don't like it, do they?
You know,
did you ever watch the spin-off with Jesus?
I actually haven't seen it. No,
I haven't seen it available anywhere here.
I should actually see it, but you know, I don't know. I
haven't heard good things about it.
I love the character, but I love him as a side character. So I don't know how I'd feel about a whole movie dedicated towards him. But I don't know. I didn't even see any reviews on it or anything.
No, I don't remember it coming out. I just remember
it just kind of disappeared. I remember seeing a preview for it, and then I don't remember anything else about it.
Yeah. That's the end of the movie. That is true. Big L is a classic, yeah. Because when was that? That was 90. Can't read it. That's not good enough. Oh, my eyes. Too small. Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yeah.
Jeff Good.
Oh yeah, there's
John Goodman going
so
crazy.
many quotable lines from
Yeah.
I love movies that you can quote.
Yeah.
I love it when I can quote a movie all day. Yeah.
Tied the room together.
Yeah.
Roger Deakins was director
of
of photography.
Private Residence, man. Little things like that.
You got a vomit.
Some my tape deck, some Creedence tapes, and my briefcase. And in the briefcase, papers, papers, business papers. And what do you do, sir? I'm unemployed. One of my favorite comedies of all time, The Three Amigos. That's one of my favorites too.
That's a great one, isn't it?
I love The Three Amigos.
Yeah, because Martin Short wasn't very well known when that came out, was he?
Not too well. Canadian boy.
Hang on.
But I think that was around the time that he was on SNL. I think it was around then that.
Yeah, it must have been.
He was just on for a year. It was like a group of. Who did they have on SNL for just one season? And it was Billy Crystal, Martin Short, Harry Shearer, Christopher Guest, I think. All those guys. Just one season of SNL, and then it was great season of SNL, and then they all went
off to films.
That's all good, though.
What do we got here? The new Batman movie, it's on HBO Max now, isn't it? Yeah. Already. I know, it's ridiculous.
I don't have HBO Max.
I don't think we can get it in this country unless you cheat with a VPN or something. I'm not too sure. I think it's actually a real person. Fast Times at Ridgemont High is one of my favorites. There's a lot of gentlemen's favorites.
For different reasons. I'm sure many of us recall a certain red bikini scene.
Oh, is that what you're thinking of? Okay.
Just maybe.
Okay. No, I just saw something in the titles of this. Or is it?
Jackie Treehorn treats
the Scoutmaster at the beginning, Larry Sanders. Is it the Larry Sanders? Okay. Never heard of the Three Amigos.
Oh, you got to watch it. I'll always remember the time that we raped the horses and we rode off on the women and pruned the hedges of many small villages. It's actually where I got me being 33 from too. El Guapo's 40th birthday. Like, today El Guapo is. He looks at him. He's like, "Don't you tell him my actual age." 33 years old.
I missed that.
He looked pretty old for 40, even, I think. But you can believe it. Back in the when did that take place? The early 1900s, I think.
Yeah,
I could believe it. 40-year-old would look as old as he did back then. They didn't have all the de-aging creams and stuff.
No, it's
moisturized.
Right, hang on. Jackie Treehorn treats objects like women.
Like women, man.
Did you know that Power Rangers is based on Super Sentai? No, I did not.
I know nothing about Power Rangers.
Unfortunately,
I was maybe a little bit old when it came out for it. Prunes the hedges, yeah.
I like the singing tree going.
Yeah, the singing tree.
You killed the invisible swordsman. Why do you shoot up like the rest of us?
We all shot up. It's like living with a 6-year-old.
Did someone? Yeah. One of the most paused pieces of cinema in history.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Phoebe Cates?
Yeah, she
did that. She did the Gremlins movies, and Drop Dead Fred.
Married Kevin Kline.
It's okay. I probably don't want to know what Phoebe Cates looks like now.
Okay. Isn't it Cajun Fast Times?
Nick Cage? No, not to my recollection.
So. Yeah. It's in Valley Girl he's in, isn't it? That's the one.
That sounds right. Yeah.
You need to watch Power Rangers. I think there's too many versions though, isn't it?
Yeah. I tried to watch the show when I was a kid, but I think it was just a little bit old for it, and I didn't really care for it. Yeah, I know there's a lot of versions of it. Yeah. Maybe I'd like one of them. I don't know.
All right. The film is over.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Garrett.
No, it's all right.
Very fun to watch that movie again.
Oh, Cage can be seen in Fast Times. Oh, okay. I must have missed it.
Can? Well, I don't recall.
What's the bit seeing it then, Dutch? PPM up, Pro Physical. Okay. Yeah, that's not what I know him from. So it'd be, because when is that? 85, 84? The small part. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was 84. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
It's a while ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 89 was 33 years ago. Jeez. I'm not doing that maths. Right. Well, yes. Thanks to Steve for giving up his afternoon.
Oh, thank you for having me. And I like doing this kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's always fun having a chat while some films running. But yeah.
There you go. But time for lunch now for this guy.
Oh, he's got lunch in Canada.
I always eat lunch late, but yeah.
Okay.
It's 2:16 or sorry, 2:18 here, so
okay.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing for lunch. But yes, thank you for having me on, Garrett. Right. It's a lot of fun doing these things.
Yeah. Steve's details are all in the description and in the chat. So
yes, thank you so much for sharing that.
And we shall see what happens in October.
Yes. Be ready for it. I think we'll have the official date on the trailer when we release that. There you go.
All right. Best of luck from Nos.
Thank you so much.
Speak to you next time, Dutch. Thank you. What's my favorite game? Hunting Humans.
Ooh. My favorite video game is Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap for the Sega Master System.
I'm never good at jumping games.
Oh, it's a fantastic game. Fantastic. It was re-released though a few years ago for like, I don't know what system, but it's like they updated the graphics. I think it's just called Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap though. They don't. Yeah.
So you're a pro at that.
Oh yeah, I played that.
Just need 150p or whatever it is. Canada 1 cent, 10 cents or something to play it for the whole day.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Steve.
Thank you for having me.
Goodbye,
everybody.
See you next time. All right. Goodbye, everyone.